One of the big problems of Forex trading is what currency pair do you actually trade at any given time or day for maximum effect, maximum bang for your buck. There's so many to pick from. Which ones do you put together, like I say, to make the most money? Now, if you're only trading one or two pairs, you know you're going to get away with it. But if you, like me, want to trade from a whole basket, a plethora of different currencies to try and get a different angle, a different edge on your Forex trading, then you're going to need a process which to filter out the rubbish, the bad ones, and leave you with some great trade ideas. Now, there's a real simple approach to this that I've been using for many years, and I'm going to explain that now and take you through it. So let's take a look. For me, it's about taking a step back in my Forex trading to actually find out what's actually going on with the country's currency as a whole, in the market as a whole. It's almost like a macro look at the strength, the momentum of the country's currency, not just by individual pairs like GBP, USD, GBP, JPY. It's what GBP is doing. Is it strong or is it weak? And if you can work out whether it is strong or weak, and you can then find out, you know, what the other countries' currencies are, either strong or weak, you can then start putting them together. What you want to do is put a strong currency with a weak currency, and the stronger and the weaker the better. You put those two together and you should find yourself looking at a really nice currency pair to trade. So how do we do that? Well, we use something called currency strength, and we can, you know, simply look at that in technical analysis. There's other tools that you can purchase or subscribe to, but you can easily do it yourself in your charts. And also, I've been using this approach for many years now quite successfully. It's quite straightforward, and I'm going to build it here in TradingView for you guys, but it'll work across any other charting package. Like I say, we want to capture strength, weakness, timing, momentum, because you might know what currency is strong and weak, but when is the best time? When is the currency the strongest or the weakest? That is also a point that's often overlooked when, you know, trying to find currency strength in these countries' currencies around the world. So we've given you an introduction to the idea behind it. Let's now take a look at how I do this in TradingView. So we jump into stage one of the analysis, and that is really just to determine what countries' currencies are strong or weak. And I use a time frame approach, and mine, I've got three charts here: 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. I like a lot of action, so I've lowered the time frames, but you can change these to anything you want. It could be weekly, daily, 4 hour, 3 hour, totally up to you, depends on the time frame that you're trading. Now I'll quickly run through the colors here for you. Yellow and dark red, well, yellow's Australia, dark red UK GBP, then we got Canadian dark green, Euro blue, that lighter red is Japan, and at the top there light green is the USA. And like I say, they roll all the way through the different time frames, and all I'm looking for really is what's weak, what's strong, and what's neutral. And neutral we're going to avoid. And quickly looking at this setup at the moment, we've got the pound and the Aussie really weak in all time frames. We've got the US and the Japanese pretty strong, but the Japanese has gone a bit more neutral in the short time frame. So really I'm looking at the US dollar, and I'm going to put the US dollar together with the pound and the Australian dollar, so I'll be selling both of those two down the bottom if I was only using this approach, but I don't. I want to know my way in on the timing. But before we learn out how to time it using the currency strength, a quick sort of overview of how I actually put together this chart, and it is really quite straightforward. All you want to do for each individual line is have the home currency country that you're looking at the front of the queue, and then you put together a basket of currencies that you think worthy of the strength, representing the strength of that currency, and you simply add them together. So this one here's for the US dollar, and we've got, you know, against Canadian, the pound, the Australian, New Zealand, Swiss franc, it'll be the euro, the major ones that take up most of the liquidity volume in the currency world. Now, as you can see, I've then duplicated that. If you can't get the country's currency at the front, just do 1 divided by to flip it round. And as you can see, I've got other currencies in there that I haven't added in here. For example, let's have a look. We've got Swedish krona, and we've got South African rand as well there. We're just calculating their numbers, and there you go, they come on. So it's not just the majors you can use. You can put together as many countries' currencies as you so like, and you can see here at the moment that's the South African rand, very weak. So there's another trade for you, US dollar, South African rand. Watch that through that momentum. That's really it. It's a really simple approach to determining currency country's strength. Now we need to focus in on the timing. So stage 2 is all about the timing, and in this screen you can see I've individually separated out the different countries' currencies. So we've got Australia in the top left, then the euro, then the pound, then the Canadian, then the US, then the Japanese, and then Canadian. Again, you can replicate this for as many as you want to do. And what I've done here is I've taken away the actual price and left myself with a moving average filter here, so I can see what the trend is. And then I've done an RSI indicator on the moving average, and then I've used a moving average on top of the RSI to help me with my timing. So when I get this cross here, and you can easily add a signal to that, that tells me that the Australian dollar is getting cheaper, stronger, and vice versa. And now remember, we said we were looking at the US dollar, so we go over to the US dollar, and at the moment they're both strong. So maybe you might not want to take that trade at the moment, but if we go down to the pound, which was also on our list, you can see that is still weak. So maybe at the moment it's the US dollar against the GBP is the trade, or you wait for, like I say, that cross signal of the RSI and the moving average. Now this is set to 15 minutes, but I can also flip it to 1 hour and use that same momentum type factor as well, and you can see pound, Australian weaker in that time frame, and the US dollar maybe becoming a bit more neutral. And again, you could flip up to 3 hours, 4 hours, again get the same picture, still weak in there. So you could have a rule that says if the 3 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes are weak, then that's your signal to go in. Now I've used 3, 1 and 15 because I trade the FX in the 15-minute window, so I'm looking for the timing more precisely in here. If the other 1 hour and 3 hour, 4 hour lining up, then I'm just, like I say, waiting for that timing. I know what currency pairs I'm looking at. I'm ignoring the others. It's just Australia, pound and the US, and I'm just going to be patient and wait for the signal and the right opportunity. So stage 1 is to gauge the strength, the overall feel for the country's currency, and then stage 2 is to work on the timing. Now the inputs you might want to know, that's a 14 period moving average, the purple and green. I've just used a 50 moving average there as another filter, and the RSI, if we just click on that, I have it set to 14. It's a pretty standard with a moving average of 20 on it. So that's something you can think about, tweak, build, but I can tell you this saves a huge amount of time finding currencies pairs that are effective. And just to prove it, let's go back to the charts and have a look at some of those combinations of Australia, the pound and the US dollar. And as we can see, if we go back to the 1 hour chart, that it's been pretty weak all day. Actually from midday the Australian dollar's weak, and it's looking the same sort of time period for the pound. So let's jump back to the charts and see what the actual effect of our analysis is. Well, here we have the GBP against the US dollar, and we can quite clearly see that that downtrend is in existence, and it has been, and we were looking for a time around about lunchtime. We can see where it consolidated and then broke down, so it's a nice little trade there, and you can use other indicators to help your way into the timing. I've got something called a probability power box tool here that gives me the odds of the price going either up and down in either direction. So at the moment looking like a bit of a reversal, so I might be possibly a bit more wary about doing that trade. So there's other tools you can add on top of the currency strength to filter out the process further, but for this example it's just showing you that the ease of filtering these countries down, so you can focus in on the best moving trades. Here's the Australian dollar again, nicely down as well. So there you go. Remember the two stages: one just for the sort of overall strength or weakness, neutrality, and then stage two, the timing, which, like I say, people forget about and is very important for your analysis. So there you go, what I think is a really simple and effective method of refining all those currencies out there just to a small handful which you can focus on and trade much more effectively than rather just picking out randomly based off maybe other technical analysis indicators. There's a reason that there's momentum to these currency pairs, and you need to find that, like I say, for the optimal trade. And this is one way of doing it. Like I said in the earlier part of the video, you can buy your way into subscriptions that build these things for you and give you signals around it. But if you've got a charting package like TradingView, then it's very simple and easy to do. Let me know in those comments below whether you use currency strength or you've got any other great tools you'd like to share with us on how you find currency pairs to trade. Love to hear from you there. But that's really all about it for the video on currency strength. I hope you found it useful, and if you've liked today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell buttons, and all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.